Okay, good morning. Good morning. Some of you were with me earlier, and I was just doing some lectures once a week. I try to do some lectures on the masks and the C's and everything else. But today this is our 35 days. Now, I will not be here tomorrow, uh, and I may not be here Friday, but today is day 27. So there's 8 of these broadcasts left on the 35 days. What comes later, you'll have to see. There's a lot. To get more of this, I'm going to provide a link to my app and some other writings and things that are sort of hidden away from public view. But anyway, here we are, 8 days left. And I want to do something this morning that I think is genuinely important. And really, as I say, almost every 4 videos doesn't happen often enough in transformational work. I want to take stock of the return, not the work, not the cost, not what the excavation asks of you, the return. Because the return, well, let's put it this way. One of the things that makes the long game sustainable is the ability to see. The ability to see specifically and honestly what the work has produced. And I just realized here that I put the title wrong, Return of the Work. What has the work produced? So when you do this, like you ask the question, like, what's different? What's available now that wasn't available before? The compound interest, basically, there you go, of the inner work look like when you stop and you actually start to count it and evaluate it. So this morning, I'm going to count it out loud, my own, and I'm going to invite you to count yours. Let me start with myself because this is a living witness conversation and I want to give it to you in the specifics. The most significant return for me is I am present in my own life. It's just that simple, but it's not. For years, most of my adult life, I was present in the performance of my life, engaged, active, contributing, visible, but I was not there. There was always a gap between the person doing the things and the actual me, a managed distance, a layer of curation between me and whatever was happening. See, that gap is gone. I'm here in this morning, this conversation, the work I do with people, and the time I spend with others, with my daughters. I'm here fully, without the managed distance, without the performance running underneath it all. And that is the return I'm most grateful for. And everything else, the work, the relationships, the creativity, the peace, everything else follows from it. Specifically, my work has more impact than it ever has. Not because I work harder, but because I work from a genuine place. The teaching comes from what I've lived, from what I've experienced, from what I've learned, and what I'm learning every single day. The coaching comes from genuine presence. And the people I work with can feel the difference, not because I'm telling them to feel it, but because authentic presence is something the nervous system recognizes instinctively. My relationship with my children are more honest and more connected than they have has ever been because I'm genuinely there for it. Not performing fatherhood, but being father. And there's a quality in that relationship now that I could not have offered before the work. And I know that my children feel it, even if they can't name it. My relationship to my own daily life, to the ordinary texture of a Tuesday morning, is one of genuine appreciation. That's not something I could have manufactured. It arrived through the work, through the clearing of the performance and the false self and the hidden interior. What's left when all that is cleared is aliveness. And aliveness finds everything interesting. So let me give you some categories for thinking about your own return. What is it that you're getting out of this work? The energy return. How much energy are you no longer spending on the maintenance of the false self, on the performance, on the management of the hidden interior? The energy has gone somewhere. And usually it has gone into the quality of your presence, your creativity, your engagement, your genuine engagement with the life in front of you. The clarity return. The decisions that used to be difficult because you didn't have access to your own genuine preferences, because the false self's needs and the real self's needs weren't the same. They were in conflict. But these decisions, aren't they clearer now? Is your own compass more audible? The return here on clarity work, that's the return. How about the relational return? The connections that you have become more genuine. The conversations that go deeper, the experience of being known, actually known, not the performed version, but by someone who genuinely sees you. I've written an entire field manual of almost 350 pages on what the resonant life looks like in context of relationships. People can genuinely see you. See, that's the return on the clean and courageous work. And how about the inside, the interior, the inner space return? The quality of being with yourself, the capacity to be alone without being lonely, having this sense of a home inside yourself that external conditions, they can't take or shake. See, that's the return that makes all the other returns possible. So the hall moment of the return is the moment you realize what you have, not what you don't have, not what's still in process, not what you wish that you had, but what you have. The honesty is, I have built something real in here, in my interior, in my relationship with myself, in the quality of my daily life. I've built something that was not there before, and it is real, and it is mine, and it is immovable, and nothing outside of me, no condition, no person, no experience can take it. When that honesty lands, something aligns with deep and settled gratitude. Not satisfaction. Satisfaction can become complacency, right? Gratitude. The specific recognition that the investment was real and the return is real and the work was worth it. The language that forms is the language of a person who knows their own wealth, not financial, interior wealth. The wealth of a genuine self, a genuine life, real, absolute, powerful freedom. And that is the most valuable thing. Oh, goodness. That is the most valuable thing. And the only way I know how to describe it, really. And that is the return on this work. So today, I want you to count your own return, not globally, specifically. 3 things, concrete things. What is available to you right now in your interior, your inner space, in your relationships, in your daily experience that was not available a year ago? What has the work produced that you can actually point to? Name 3 things. Write them down if you can. Read them back to yourself, because the return is real and the work is worth it. Let yourself know that right now, today. So this is day 27. 1 week from today is the last day of this series. And these last 8 days are going to be worth being present for. Won't be here tomorrow, but Thursday, I'm going to take full inventory, not just of the series, of the entire arc of who we were on day 1 and who we are now. And I don't want you to miss that conversation. So be well. See you in 2 days.